The tale of ancient Egypt is a captivating saga woven through millennia, a tapestry rich with cultural profundity, architectural grandeur, and mystical allure. As we embark on this journey, tracing the contours of history back to the dawn of one of the world's most fascinating civilizations, let us immerse ourselves in the heart and soul of Egypt, guided by the spirit of inquiry and reverence that fuels the Dead Sapiens Society. Nestled by the life-giving waters of the Nile, ancient Egypt blossomed around 3100 BCE, cradling what would become a civilization of unparalleled sophistication. It was a society underpinned by the twin pillars of religious devotion and the Pharaohs' divine rule, a land where the cyclical flooding of the Nile orchestrated the rhythms of daily life and the afterlife's promise guided moral compasses. The Egyptians' relationship with their environment was not merely one of subsistence, but of spiritual symbiosis. They perceived the Nile not just as a river, but as a divine artery, nourishing both land and soul, a manifestation of the gods' benevolence. This profound reverence for the natural world was mirrored in their pantheon, where deities like Osiris, Isis, and Ra didn't just dwell in an abstract heaven, but were intimately involved in the Egyptians' earthly journey. At the heart of Egyptian religious life was a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each embodying elements of the natural and spiritual worlds. These deities were not distant overseers, but were integral to the Egyptians' understanding of the cosmos and their place within it. For instance, Ra, the sun god, was seen as the ruler of all parts of the created world, the sky, the earth, and the underworld. His daily journey across the sky in a solar boat was a symbol of rebirth and renewal, reflecting the cycle of life, death, and resurrection. Isis, revered as the ideal mother and wife, was worshipped for her magical skills and as the protector of the dead and of children. Her husband Osiris, god of the afterlife, agriculture, and resurrection, was central to Egyptian belief in the afterlife and the possibility of life after death. This deeply ingrained belief in the afterlife led to the practices associated with mummification and the elaborate tomb construction for which ancient Egypt is so well known. Symbolism was the language through which the Egyptians expressed their religious beliefs. The Ankh, symbolizing life, is perhaps one of the most recognizable symbols from ancient Egypt, appearing in the hands of deities in many artworks to denote the life-giving power of the gods. Similarly, the Scarab beetle was revered as a symbol of rebirth and regeneration, often depicted in jewelry, amulets, and the heart scarabs used in mummification to ensure resurrection. As we traverse through the epochs, the evolution of Egyptian architecture and symbolism unfolds before us, epitomized by the majestic pyramids. These monumental tombs were not just final resting places for the pharaohs, but profound symbols of the cosmos's structure, mirroring the descending rays of the sun and aspiring towards eternal life. The pyramid form, reverberating through various societies, symbolizes a quest for transcendence, a bridge between earth and the divine. Parallel to the physical grandeur of pyramids, the Eye of Horus offers insight into the Egyptian soul, representing protection, royal power, and good health. This symbol transcends its geographical origin, echoing the all-seeing eye found in different cultures. It embodies the universal quest for knowledge, vigilance, and divine guidance. The grandiosity of the temples and the intricacy of tomb paintings were not merely for aesthetic purposes, but served a deeply religious function. Temples were considered the literal houses of gods on earth, designed to provide a sacred space for the gods to inhabit. The construction of these temples, with their vast columns inscribed with hieroglyphs, colossal statues of deities, and elaborate reliefs, was an act of devotion in itself, intended to honor the gods and secure their favor. The religious texts of ancient Egypt, such as the pyramid texts, the coffin texts, and the Book of the Dead, were compilations of spells, prayers, and incantations intended to guide the deceased through the dangers of the underworld and into the afterlife. These texts reveal the Egyptians' complex beliefs about death and the afterlife, emphasizing the importance of the journey of the Ka, spirit, and the Ba, personality, to the field of reeds, a place of eternal peace and abundance. The Book of the Dead, in particular, is a testament to the depth of Egyptian religious thought. It provided the dead with the knowledge needed to pass various tests and gain entry to the afterlife, including the weighing of the heart against the feather of Ma'at, symbolizing truth and justice. Failure in these tests could result in annihilation or eternal damnation, reflecting the Egyptians' belief in moral accountability and the ethical dimensions of the afterlife. The religious beliefs and symbolism of ancient Egypt have left a lasting legacy that extends far beyond its temporal confines. The emphasis on the afterlife, the moral imperatives for a just life, and the profound connection to the divine resonate with many spiritual traditions across the world. Through their monumental achievements in art, architecture, and literature, the ancient Egyptians created a vision of the cosmos that continues to inspire and intrigue humanity, a testament to their deep spiritual insight and creativity. Our narrative now converges on a pivotal artifact, the Rosetta Stone. Discovered in 1799, this granodiorite stele became the key to unlocking ancient Egypt's secrets, bridging millennia. Inscribed with the same text in 3 scripts, hieroglyphic, demotic, and Greek, it was the linchpin that enabled scholars to decipher Egyptian hieroglyphs, lost to humanity for centuries. The Rosetta Stone's decipherment by Jean-François Champollion in the 1820s was not just a linguistic breakthrough, but a cultural renaissance, shedding light on Egypt's enigmatic past. Through this lens, we gained unprecedented insights into Egyptian society, from the everyday lives of its people to the profound depths of its religious beliefs. The legacy of ancient Egypt, illuminated by the Rosetta Stone, resonates far beyond its temporal and geographical confines. It's a testament to humanity's enduring quest for meaning, transcendence, and understanding across the ages. The symbolism and architectural prowess of the Egyptians, from the pyramids to the Eye of Horus, have permeated various cultures, reflecting a shared human heritage and the universal pursuit of knowledge and connection with the divine. As we reflect on the journey from the nascent stages of Egyptian culture to the momentous deciphering of the Rosetta Stone, we're reminded of the unbreakable thread that binds humanity, our collective yearning to explore, understand, and commemorate the past. In the spirit of the Dead Sapiens Society, let us continue to delve into the depths of history, not merely as observers, but as bearers of its legacy, inspired by the heart and wisdom of ancient Egypt.